What's going on, man? My name is DallasCake and you're in the Cake Mix. What's going on, my name is DallasCake and this is the Cake Mix. You could have been anywhere you wanted to be today, but you chose to be here with me today, and I appreciate that, even if it's only for 2, 4, 6 minutes. But you're here. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that and hit that bell. That way you get the notification every time I drop a video. How many of y'all been arrested by the police this year? How many of y'all had contact with the police this year? And the contact doesn't mean arrest. You probably got a summons or a speeding ticket or, something of that nature. Did y'all know that 10 million arrests are made a year in this country by police officers? And that it only leads to 25% of that being convicted of whatever they've been arrested for? That's 2.5 million people convicted. That's 7.5 million not convicted. That number is ridiculous. A little bit off balance, ain't it? Now I can see the police 7.5 million arrests and convictions and 2.5 million maybe not. But to have that upscale of this many people being arrested falsely or being arrested with no evidence or the police just jumping out their body at that time, the number is astronomical and it's ridiculous. COVID is running rampant in this country right now. It's up 14% in all the states right now. How much you think it's up in the prison systems? Do you think they're getting the proper PPE in the prison systems? Do you think they're giving them prisoners extra soap, extra gloves, masks? We're not even talking extra gloves. I take that back. Gloves, period. Masks, period. Gowns, period. Anything they may request for them to protect themselves from COVID-19. Do you think they're getting any of that? Because they're in a bubble. This is the only time somebody's in prison, at least the majority of them are innocent. They're not the ones bringing this stuff in. You know who's bringing it in? Staff members, the COs. And the problem with authority figures is they don't know how to hit the switch. They don't know how to go from, okay, safety and security and forget them, or let's just keep it all the way real, safety and security and fuck them on everything else. They don't know how to hit that switch. Now it's switched because now it's, wait a minute, it's not the inmate's fault. They're not bringing COVID in here. The staff members are bringing it in here and getting these inmates sick. 150 inmates have contracted COVID-19 in the last couple months. Who do you think is bringing it in there? COs. And what do they give the COs? Masks. Do they wear them? No. They're in the prison system walking around without masks. I get emails all the time. I get texts all the time complaining about prison systems and what's going on in there and that I should speak about it. I got several venues. If y'all don't know Link Foundation Group, man, that's for your family members. Anybody that's having issues in the prisons and the county jails, or if you're arrested and you don't know what to do, that's what Link Foundation is about. That's what we do. We cover all that. And in any state, we cover it. Right now in Indiana, they locked down a few prisons because inmates contracted COVID-19 from COs. It's rampant. Right now, Michigan City got 2 blocks locked down because inmates tested positive for COVID-19. Well, 2 inmates, 1 in each block. And you know what they do with the staff members when they lock them down? They lock the inmates down, or one tests positive for COVID. They give them 2 masks. They tell them to wear a mask and a face shield. They tell them to wear a gown. They tell them to double up on the gloves. How come they're not doing that already? Why aren't they wearing shields and masks and gloves already? Why are they not required to wear all PPE already? They're patient zero. They're the ones that's bringing it into the prison, without a doubt. If prisoners contract COVID-19, it's because of the COs, not because of nobody else, not because of another inmate. It's because of the COs. But like I said, they don't know how to hit that switch. They don't know how to show compassion to prisoners. Why? Because they get away with it because people out there, you, everyday people, me, we don't care. We don't look into it. We don't push. Because we look at it as they're in prison, so what? But for all those people that got family members and loved ones and friends in prison, they're in danger right now. Especially now with the uptick, they're even more danger because people are getting laxed. They're not giving them no PPEs. They're not giving them no soaps. A CO brought this to me. This is the soap inmates get in Indiana once a week. Do you believe it? How do you wash your hands with that? Several times a day. You don't. They're not providing masks, not approved masks. They're not providing any PPE. They're not providing no sanitization equipment, no cleaning equipment, none of that for the prisoners. You know what they're doing? They're limiting the staff members. They're telling the staff members to wear masks. That's it. But when somebody contracts COVID-19, oh, wear a mask in a shield, in a gown, in double gloves, but they're the ones bringing it in. But like I said, they don't know how to hit that switch. They don't know how to look at themselves and go, you know what? We need to work harder to make sure we protect these inmates. Because it's not protection. Police aren't here to serve and protect the community. They're here to serve and protect themselves. COs and administration and Department of Corrections in every state, they're not there to protect inmates and protect you. They're there to protect themselves. All this is a business. Y'all don't understand that by now? Look at it. Why do you think laws are so hard to change when they're unfair? Why do you think it's so hard to convict a police officer of a crime? Man ain't have a weapon. The man turned his back, opened his car door, got shot 7 times. Oh, we can't charge him. What? Well, if I can't shoot a motherfucker and they back 7 times when they reach in their vehicle, you shouldn't be able to shoot a motherfucker when they reach in their vehicle, unless you see him with a weapon or know that it's danger. But if it wasn't, you should be convicted just like I would be convicted. See, that's the problem with America. Let me tell you what the problem is. When a police officer gets killed in the line of duty, they get a funeral procession, a long one. All the different deputies from different counties, they on the news every day talking about them. They keep their car on display. Oh, this is the car that he drove in. They do all that. When a military active member gets killed in Afghanistan, Iraq, or wherever the hell they are at, they don't get a funeral procession. They get their body shipped back in a box. They get a flag. They get to go in a special cemetery. No funeral procession though. Not all the cops beating and slowing traffic down and shutting the city down for them. No real news coverage. It's lopsided. It needs to be fixed. But right now I'm talking about the COVID-19 and the prison system. Your family members and your friends are in danger, yo. Let's just keep it real. They're in danger because nobody cares. Do y'all hear anything on the news about COVID in the prison system? Oh, it's rampant. 150,000 in the state. 150,000 right now. COVID-19 in the last couple months. Prison. They're in a bubble. They don't go anywhere. How do 150 prisoners contract COVID-19? They don't go anywhere. Prison staff members that don't have to wear the proper PPE. But you know what? Why don't you give the prisoners proper PPE? Because then they can prevent themselves from getting it from the negligence of the staff members. But that'd be too much. Has the budget increased for prisons so that they can provide stuff for COVID-19? Extra gloves, extra masks, extra soap, extra cleaning supplies for the prisoners who actually got to live in there? When you got agent or you got patient zero coming in every day coming in that bubble every day, you would think they would say, okay, they're clean. These are the people coming in. We're going to make sure you guys don't give this to them. But the way they treat it is as if the prisoners can give it to the staff members. That's how they go about this shit. They go about it as if the prisoners could give it to the staff members. You should see them when somebody's positive. A whole hazmat suit. Once one person is positive. Why they don't wear a hazmat suit from the jump? Common sense, man. And we're gonna talk about a couple things with the prison system because it's all messed up. You got loved ones in there, man. You gotta look out. Look out for your boys, man. If that's your dude, if that's your nigga, either way, boy or girl, don't give up on that person, man. I know you got a lot of selfish individuals that, you know, I'm not gonna get into all that, but you do. If you solid, you sitting there screaming, you solid, be solid. They need their family members and loved ones even more now than they do ever. Because right now they're in danger. Nobody cares about them. Nobody's looking out for them. Nobody's reporting about them. Do you think when they get sick, they get in a ventilation machine? Do you think when they get sick, they even bring them to a hospital? They're not bringing them to the hospital. You know what they do? They put them in a little area that they have isolated for COVID-19 patients. And you just sit there and they give you ibuprofen for your headache. They don't do nothing else. I'm getting the emails. I'm getting the texts from family members and loved ones that have contracted the coronavirus in prison and have died. They're dying in there. They don't do nothing for them. They get COVID-19, they put them in a bed and isolate them, go, we hope you get better.